Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. It's your boy Ralph, aka Mr. Indeed.
And you already know it's your boy Antoine, aka Red. As normal, man, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And we promise to always keep it.
Real, raw, and relevant. Welcome to the Rated R Podcast.
My boy, we back. I got a new mic. Like that. Well, I was gonna start, but nah, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Don't give him too much, Red. Don't give him too
You
much.
know, man. You know I'm excited. I love getting on here with you, man. Just the vibe and the feeling. But first off, I gotta give thanks to the ones who subscribe. We love you. The ones who like, we love you. The ones who comment, we really love you. We actually do read the comments and anything y'all want to do or say to help us out, we listen. So if it's something you want to talk about, we'll definitely listen to that. Or if it's anything else, just reach out, man. We got an email that we'll put in the description as well. And let's go, my boy. What we got? What we got? What we got?
So, Red, before we get started, I gotta have my little spiel. First of all, shout out to my boy Ray Ray. My boy had a powerlifting contest this weekend, and my boy got 5 medals on him. Boy, shout out to Ray Ray. Boy, you did your thing.
Mr.
Red told me
Raper.
Red told me you be in there having them lifting heavy in the gym, but he happy when it's time for you to compete because it ain't so heavy.
You ain't lying. I ain't see him at all today, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Also, shout out to my boy, my little bro, Bean, Mr. Boombastic, the lover of Monica, every song she sing. Shout out to Bean. He made sure he shouted us out in his lives and all that. Also, listen, it don't take but a minute for you to subscribe, like, and comment.
It's free, guys.
Turn around and click the button.
Okay.
Shout out my boy Top Flight Security who ordered a shirt from me. Got to get him his shirt tomorrow. Shout out to my boy El Jefe, the Jefe, my boy Brandon. He called me out because he say, hey, I watched the podcast and you definitely didn't call my name. So shout out to my boy Jefe. And last but not least, shout out to my boy Jeezy. He having some issues with his grandma. So my brother, I'm here for you. I want you to know we here for you. It's all good. I got your back. If you need me on one call away, shout out to my boy AG. Outside of that, hey Red, guess what?
Wait a minute. I got one more, my boy. I can't leave out
Go
my
ahead.
boy. I ain't gonna put all my business out, but he really gonna be one of the reasons why my next year gonna be so successful. But shout out to my boy Marvez Fairley, man, Vizino. At Vizino, y'all make sure y'all go check him out. He talks about everything and he keeps it real just like us. So y'all go check him out at Vizino on YouTube. He's on Spotify as well. And if you want to
Hey,
get locked in past me, lock in with him. Vizino Locks, baby. He got all the answers, all the keys. What you got, my boy?
Red, first of all, today is a special day because not only is this episode number 2 in reality, but I'm also here with my brother. I'm drinking a little wine. I'm feeling a little good, and we finna have some good conversations, my brother.
Hold me up, hold me up.
So let's get into it. Red, before we talk Olympics, I heard you had something you wanted to say. Red, I can't hear you.
I wasn't saying nothing, bro. They
Oh,
ready
okay.
to.
Oh, okay.
Hey, whoa, no. Before we even get into this Olympic, because that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. And then next week, we're actually going to look in the comments to see what y'all want us to talk about. And we probably go off of something y'all say, or we got a nice little something else we want to talk about as well. So we'll see. But we might go with y'all, and then we go with the other one next. But before we get carried away, if y'all didn't check out our little premature episode we put out before the original first one, we
That's right.
told y'all if Harris get them beehives and them Swifties together, it's gonna be a different show. I'm not saying she gonna win. I'm not saying if we will her or if we not. But I am saying, we told y'all. We kept it real, we kept it raw, and we kept it relevant. I'm just saying, listen to us.
Hey, Red, but here's my question.
What you got, my
And
boy?
I was thinking about this, and it hit me hard too.
Uh-huh.
Are you your past?
Well, tell them what you mean by that, because I got it.
Like,
Tell them what you mean.
are you your past?
Uh-huh.
Because if you're not your past, why do I see all these people out here trying to judge Kamala for hers?
Because they have nothing else to judge about. So they're gonna run to her past to disgrade her and to try to make it seem like she don't know what she's doing. But that's for another subject, man. That's another
You
subject.
right,
We'll,
Red.
we'll
You
get
right. You
we'll
right.
get carried away. Hey, y'all go back and check out the pre one and see what we was talking about. We hit a lot of points before we even got our true facts, and we were spot on. So I love that about us. But back to what I was talking about. USA. Boy, we done turned. Oh, we done turned up. I ain't lying.
Red, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous.
What you was nervous about, bro?
I was looking at them medal counts, Red, and I know we lead in medals, but then I was looking at them goals, and I was like, man, listen, we a little short on them goals. But then USA turned up, Red.
And that's exactly what we're gonna talk about. Who turned up? But before we get all into the all turns up, we know the main event, what everybody wants to talk about, and what we want to talk about is the fact of the rules being changed last minute.
She said them changed the rule yesterday.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
How do we feel about it? First off, does it really make a difference? It's a question we asked. We're gonna put a poll out there and ask people, did it really make a difference? Do you feel it make a difference? So I'm gonna give you an example. Shelly Ann Fraser Price, Miss Jamaica, last year running, she was gonna retire after this year. Decides to withdraw. First they said because of injury, but come to find out she withdrew because of this new rule. And I can't blame her, bro. Who want to walk an hour before you go run for your life? Nobody.
Hey,
So
hey,
not
Red, look,
only Shelly, but Shakira. Shakira in the same boat. But Shakira said, I'm gonna thug it out and I'm gonna get out there because I'm not missing another Olympics. So shout out to Shakira. I know a lot of folks saying but she didn't win. But I guess if you don't win gold, that means you don't win. That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. Shout out to her for getting that silver because we have definitely seen her not in the top 3 before. So I'm very proud of her, even after not being able to warm up. So my boy, what you feel about it? We're gonna take a poll, but I need to know what you feel about it.
Red, what's funny about it is it took me back to when you said half of y'all can't hold your breath for 30 seconds. Red, the fact that she had to walk an hour to do something she loves is absolutely crazy.
Yes.
You know how many people would have called in to work if they had to walk to work for an hour? Oh, I got car trouble, so I can't make it today. Oh, I'm right there with you, Red. I'm not walking the hour,
Oh,
especially not to
everything.
work.
Bruh, I was walking on treadmill the other day and I was thinking about it. Actually, this morning I was thinking about it. I was on a 15-minute pace. I did 3 miles this morning. That's 45 minutes for 3 miles, right? On the
Mm-hmm.
incline, for you folks that's trying to check me. I was on the incline too.
Okay.
But if we really put it in her terms, whether we walking slow or fast, you can walk 2 to 3 miles in an hour, if not more. So we know for a fact it was at least a 2 to 3 mile walk without even looking it up. That is
Easy.
insane. That is
Easy.
insane. And I remember telling you I was against it because I was just like, man, everybody all mad. But rules are rules. And I stand on that. A rule is a
Oh
rule,
yeah.
whether we like it or
Oh yeah.
not. Rule is a rule. But when you really read into it, y'all changed the rules when y'all found out that they ain't want to stay in the village. Y'all changed the rules that day. Brand new rules. Come on, bro. Now that's something to be questioned right there.
But Red, the village is not somewhere you want to stay.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
they had power lifters in the village feeling like they were sleeping on cardboard boxes. In fact, they went with the eco-friendly way of doing it. They didn't even have central A and air and heat, bro. Like That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's tough there. That's tough. That's tough.
So
And
some
then
countries
go ahead.
actually countries actually brought in like their own mattresses, and they brought
Yeah.
in their own fans. Fun fact: Team USA, me and Red, they went in there, they looked, they were like, "Nah, we good."
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no.
I heard they spent $15 million on somewhere to stay.
And you know what? That make a lot of sense. And that goes back to what I asked earlier. And I asked the world, do you think things would have been different with Shelly Ann not showing up and Shakira not showing up? Could they have empowered the other ladies to boycott it as well? And would they have changed the rules so these ladies can run? Or better yet, would they just say we wouldn't have 100 meter? And we all know what the real answer would have been. So I kind of wish they would have all came together for that cause. But I understand why. Hey, if I sleep and my back gonna hurt, and you think I'm gonna get out here and not run because you slept comfortable, I understand, man. I
That's
understand.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
I
saying.
understand. Don't make it right, but I understand.
Let me tell you something, Red. If I
What you
sleep
got me
and my back hurt, I probably still ain't going to work the next day. I'm calling in. I ain't walking and my back hurts. So absolutely not.
With Julian Alfred said, her back don't hurt, not even a little bit.
So the reason I had a problem with it, Red, like I got it, right? Like Miss Price, Shakira, like they wasn't allowed to go in, this, that, and the third. That takes away way too much from how Miss St. Lucia did her thing, Red. Because when I tell you it looked like out the gate it was over, it was over. Like, and this is what people don't understand about this young lady, Red. Okay. She went to the University of Texas, right? She
Right.
was the Big 12 Athlete of the Year in 2022 and 2023. She is the 60-meter women indoor gold medalist. She is
Facts.
one of the top 30 fastest women of all time.
All time.
I'm talking about of all times. And so to me, I feel like it would have been a better race had Miss Price and Shakira been able to warm up like everybody else. I feel like it would have been more of a Mr. Noah race that we're gonna get to shortly, where it had to go to a photo finish. But I can't take away from how dominant Miss St. Lucia was. I just can't do it.
I gotta agree. And I gotta agree because I'm not gonna call no names, but I had some guys that say how they thought Miss Richardson was still gonna pull it off. And I had to ask them a real question. I said, bro, did y'all watch the semifinals?
Man,
Like, just Shakira might not have ran her best, but Miss Lucia didn't either. She didn't either.
man.
So, and she really let it be known right then that she could not be messed with. And she proved it. And that's why we gotta give her credit. When you
Got to.
prove what you're saying, you gotta give them credit. And I love the fact that when I say when you prove what you're saying, we go right into Mr. Noah Lyles himself.
Man.
Mr. Noah Lyles himself. Man, they said that's one step. That one step changes history. One step changes history. But we're gonna keep it real. One lean changes history.
So for
One
y'all, for those of you who don't know, take the step out of it. Because in track, the only thing that matters is your torso. So even though you may have seen his leg cross first, his torso did not. Therefore, he is not the winner of the race. I would like to shout out Mr. Lyles, simply because, Mr. Lyles, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You did exactly what you said you was going to do. Red, when I seen that man have an interest and he was so turned up and he jogged up the track and down the track, jumping up and down, yelling, I said, oh, wait a minute.
Did you
Now
see
he
his
got this much
fingernails?
energy. Yeah. I did see the D waves he had going on. Now, here's the problem, Red. They made it a big deal because the interesting aspect about this is the man who won the 100 in the worlds didn't even place in the 100 in the Olympics.
Hmm.
The guy from Italy, he is the one who won the world championship, but he
Right.
didn't even place in
Just in
this
case
one.
y'all know, he was the guy in the blue. But go ahead.
Yes. And so for the first time in 20 years, not only was Mr. Lyles on the podium for the gold medal, but we also got another United States fella, Mr. Fred, who also is on the podium. He won bronze. This is the first time since 2004 that we got two Americans on the podium for the 100-meter. We got two of the fastest men in the world, and they from USA.
The drought is over. 20-year drought is over. Step aside, Jamaica. Here we go. Bruh, do you know we ain't won first place since Tyson Gay?
Really? What year was
You go
that?
look it up. You go 20 years ago.
Ooh.
You go look it up then.
Nah, that was Gatlin.
It was Gatlin, not Gay?
Yeah, Gatlin.
Gay
Yeah,
then
Gatlin
Gatlin.
won the 04. Yeah, because back then we had some hitters. You had Maurice Green, like you had some hitters that was out here running.
You trying to go too far back.
My
Trying to
bad.
go too far
It's
back.
it's Gatlin, Red. My bad.
No, hey,
It's
so
Gatlin.
you're right. And I want to make sure people hopefully we get the video up here, and I want to make sure people see that man say, "This is my moment."
Even with asthma, even with the setbacks, through everything, why not me?
Like, I don't think people understand when you manifest and you work towards it, it actually happens. When you pray with work behind it, it actually happens.
See, Red, don't get me started because I was raised in the church, and faith without work is dead.
Uh-oh.
So
See, I
so
ain't
so
want to
don't
go
even
straight Bible verse. My
don't
bad,
don't
my
get me
bad.
started, Red. Don't get me started. What
Yes,
I
bro.
dislike most, Red, was the fact that these people coming out on social media talking about, oh, he barely won this, that, and the third. Why does it even matter that he
Right.
barely won? Why is that even something that you decide you was gonna come out of your mouth with? Why don't you realize that that's hate?
So you telling me his gold medal on the back gonna say barely?
Hey, Red, listen. You know what his gold medal gonna say? The first to do it in 20 years. And if we
That's
being
real.
honest, Red, if he wins the 200, he's going to be the fourth person ever.
Ever.
Who
was the last to do it, my boy?
Usain Bolt 3 years in a row. But you got the great Carl Lewis, right? You got, and I think Carl Lewis won it in. When did Carl Lewis win it? I think Carl Lewis won it in 1984.
Okay.
I think Jesse Owens won it in 1936. And then, of course, Usain Bolt, he won it in 8, 12, and 16. 3 years in a row.
And
But
now here comes July.
Noah Lyles is young. So he has the chance, Red, to be the greatest American sprinter in history according to gold medals because nobody has done it twice. So if he win the 100 and 200 in this one and turn around and win the 100 and 200 when it's in LA, he has an argument that he was the greatest American sprinter ever.
Facts.
And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. But I'm going to tell you who was salty red. All them NBA players who couldn't wait to tweet him about he didn't win no world championship either behind what he
Oh
said.
man, we're not gonna get into the past because we'll go, boy. Hey, but Noah put on and he bagged up what he was saying, and we gotta give him credit because honestly, I really don't see nobody touching him in the 200. So we can go and put him in the record book.
Because the crazy part about it, Red, is it's his finishing speed that you got to worry about.
Fact.
So
the 200
his
is
start,
different.
man, the 200, nobody might not even be close to him.
Matter of fact, you heard it here first on the Rated R podcast. Noah Lyles will break the 200-meter record this year. Y'all heard it from me.
Uh-oh, Red.
Write it down.
You know what, Red?
Yeah. What's you got?
That's a very outstanding opportunity for me to introduce this new segment on the show. And the new segment on the show is called Bet on Red, where Red will be telling you about you gonna be telling you about all the bets and what bets he taking. We gonna call it Bet on Red. That's gonna be the new segment of the show. And so, Red, since you decided you want to put your 2 cents in right then, I figure, hey, right now is the best time is in. Red,
what you got?
USA basketball is 27 versus Brazil. What you got?
USA basketball minus 27. For the people who don't know, minus is giving that team the favorite. So they are supposed to win by 28 or more. I can't take the 27 points. I got to go with the plus 27. Y'all write it down. Plus 27, plus 27. USA would not win by 28 or more. Matter of fact, I got USA winning by 21, maybe 22. Write it down.
Red,
starting out the season 1-0.
Are you taking the over-under?
What's my spread?
184.5, 184.5.
Man, so that's really scary because they only play 10 minutes quarters. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you like this. If they break the over, then I'm losing the 27 points. So you write that down. Go over, that means they blasted them boys. And I'm gonna lose them 27 points. Who we got? Make sure I'm telling the right thing. Who we got?
USA minus 27 versus Brazil.
Right. And we taking Brazil plus 27.
Right. I also have have Canada, France. They got Canada minus 7.5.
Gone. You ain't gotta say no more. Gone. Canada finna beat the France off of them boys. I ain't lying.
They gonna beat the stripes off of me. Hey man, listen, that was the segment Bet on Red, because Red always got a winner.
Let's go. So hey, we're gonna finish up because without further ado, we have to make sure we point out the other winners this week. And since I just did my segment, we might as well come right back with the backpack. Yeah. Who we got in the backpack today, my boy? Who we got in the backpack today?
Red.
Without further ado, who we got, my boy? You can tell him. I like you telling me this. Who in here?
Red, when I tell you what this man is doing, not only at the PGA Tour, but what this man did at the Olympics by shooting a 62. For those of you who don't know, even par for the most part is either 72 or 70. This man shot 10 under par to come
Yes.
back and win the gold medal for
Come
USA.
back. Come
Man,
back of the
shout
year.
out to Scotty Scheffner. When I tell you this man did his thing at the Olympics, Red, this man went crazy in the final round. He said, you know
Yeah.
what, USA? Red told me about y'all, and he told me what I need to do. Red told me to get my backpack so I can put y'all in it and carry you. So Scotty,
Yeah.
what he do? He put him in the backpack and he carried him. You already know what it is, Red.
Man, and I love the fact that his wife was there, their firstborn was there, and of course his caddy, to help him
Yeah,
out. But
of
man,
course, of
that's
course.
crazy when your family get to see it. Man, he was emotional. He was crying. I probably would have cried too, and I ain't even no cry, so I ain't even gonna lie. But without further ado, we got to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Definitely shout out to our women swim relay team. First place
Man,
with ease. I think old girl took a nap when she finished.
Red, man. I get that we got to talk about these women, the women relay team, Red. But what Katie LeBecky is doing, bro,
Oh yeah, can't
is
let her.
absolutely ridiculous. Bro, what she did in the 1500 to those other women
Bruh,
was absolutely ridiculous.
got the top 20 times. So that means if you ever beat one of them, you got 19 more to get.
Red, I'm gonna tell you something that's even more crazy when you put it into those terms. She got the top 20 times in 12 years.
Yes, all her. Bro, can you imagine picking up a record book and as her child, you're swiping and you get to the 1500 and your child got to ask you, Mama, was anybody else racing? So why
Yeah,
your
yeah,
going in?
yeah. For real. Like that's what they gonna say. Like, uh, did anybody ever come close to winning? No. Since
Hey,
she
that's
was 15 years old,
the
Red.
truth.
15.
The truth. But
Man,
we
that's
can't miss
crazy.
out now. We can't forget out on Mr. 1500 himself.
Oh my
Because
God.
he turned up too, Mr. World Record holder now with a 430.67 in the 1500. Like people need to understand the pool is 50 meters. 50 meters. And you got a 1500. Bruh.
Red. I got so much more respect for swimmers and stuff now that I'm older. Because Red, for people who don't know, a 1500 is 30
30.
back and forwards.
30.
So when you go down and you come back,
That's
that's
one.
2.
No.
That's
That's
100.
yeah, you go. Yeah, we on the same
Right,
page.
right. So
You got
you
15 more than
got 15 more. If you just count it as going down the pool,
can't do it.
that's 1.
Can't
You
do it.
got to
You
go
see
back up,
this.
that's 2.
See,
Bro,
as a runner,
15 times.
I know how they count as a runner. Cause you don't count that down and back. You're gonna count that as a 1. Because if you say 1, 2, 3, counting to 30 is a lot harder than counting to 15. I don't know what it do to your mind, but counting to 30 is a lot harder than counting to 15. But my bad, boy.
Red,
My boy, keep
this
going.
man, Red. I was watching that race and I was so blown away because for a minute it looked like number 2 and number 3 was gonna stay with him. And I heard the announcer saying, okay, you don't want to be neck and neck with him for the last 100 because that's when he really cut it on. Red, this man cut it on. And I'm talking about he cut it on. But I also seen that's also why Miss LeBecky is so good. That's her training partner.
I just flipped the switch.
Man, that's her training partner. That's crazy.
Yes, bro. That
Like, can
is
you imagine Red being her and beating him just one time, like what they got to do for your confidence against other women. Like I just beat the man who hold all the records. Like can't none of you women touch me. But Red, before we get out of here, there is something that I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Before we get out of here.
What you got, my boy?
Well, before we get to what I want to talk about, USA gymnast Olympic team. Those young ladies are so amazing, bro. Like the swag, the vibe, like it was crazy. They got my girl Miss Childs out here with slugs in her mouth with her gold.
Yeah,
that's how swagged up she was.
Did you hear? She said, "Let's go gold for gold."
You know. Then she hit him with the, Bruh. So shout out to them, man. Them girls are so special. Shout out to Miss Jade as well, because Simone got gold and Miss Jade got bronze. So shout out to her as well, man. Team USA gymnasts, y'all were absolutely special in every way. But Red, before we get out of here, and we finna get out of here for real this time, guys. But before we get out of here,
now. In closing.
Yeah. In closing, you know, in school, you know, when your teacher say, for your last paragraph, you got to use something like summary. Therefore. Yeah, therefore. But I want to talk about the young lady who has been under so much scrutiny because people are talking before they know the truth.
Fact.
I need everybody to understand that your words can affect somebody else if your words are in fact not facts. See, the lady was getting beat up so bad. She said she never got hit so hard. Yep. You know, she basically cried wolf, quit in the first 46 seconds.
Them legs hurt. Them legs hurt.
Them legs hurt, right? She made a big deal out of it. And then, of course, social media took over like, oh my God, that's a man. Men shouldn't hit women. They shouldn't let trans be in sports. And I totally agree. You shouldn't. But that is a woman. I didn't hear nobody having none of this to say, Red, when this woman was losing. Her record is like
undefeated.
She like 41-20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so she's lost to other women. So the fact that she hitting so hard and she hit this woman so hard, now everybody's saying, oh, this is a man, this is a man. Red, there are syndromes and disabilities that everybody have, right?
Right.
This specific young lady has a syndrome that causes her to not mature as a woman. They call it a DSD, right? And it's basically differences of sex development. Here's what's crazy about it, Red. For all the people out there who talking about this lady is trans, she was born a man, but they made the change. Did y'all know that in the country she's in, the people of the LGBTQ community is not at all protected in her country? They treat those people and they treat homosexuality as it's a crime, Red. Like, I was reading where they arrested people and charged them for attending a homosexual wedding. Like, that's crazy.
They don't play that out there, bro.
And so, like, it's illegal.
In Algeria.
It's illegal. It's illegal in Algeria. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
Like, not only can you not change your identification on any documents, but you also can't have any surgeries or any of that. And then, Red, the one thing that my mama and grandma taught me as a kid was always be careful of the messenger who brought you the message. Because the people who said she tested for these hormones, Red, they ain't even dropped their report. They basically said, hey, we have this information and it happened, but I ain't gonna show it to y'all.
Facts. And refuse to show.
Like, so basically you're that's defamation of character in the United States.
Facts. So hey, tell them about what they are possibly deciding to do. I think I sent it to you. I'm gonna let you finish them
So
off.
so the boxing authority is trying to disqualify her. The problem is the IOC, which is the Olympic Committee, they in a PR battle with the IBA because the IBA want to disqualify her. But the IOC is saying, how y'all gonna try to get somebody disqualified and you won't even share your information? That's just basically saying you want us to do something on your word. You know what we
Facts.
called it back in the day, Red?
What
He
you got?
say, she say.
Bull stuff. Don't
And you
forget the
know
last
about that
part.
he say, she say.
Bull stuff.
It's three sides to every story, Red. My side, your side, and the truth.
And the truth.
And until we have the truth, leave that lady alone, people. Leave that lady alone. That's somebody auntie. That's somebody daughter. Leave her alone because we all know, especially in our community, if somebody was harassing your people like that, you would not be having it.
Facts.
So let's chill, people. But you
Facts.
know what?
Facts.
It's fine because somebody had to say it. And we were the ones that said it today. But guess what? I always remember to keep it real, raw, and relevant. Thank you for today's episode in the Rated R podcast.